cancer? What does that word mean for you? For most people, it's a destroying disease. It strips away all types of life and hope, leaves people with that eerie feeling in the bottom of their stomach. This was a reality and a mindset that became crystal clear to Larry Evoxy when he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Till one day, through all the fog of the pain and the hurting he was going through, he saw an unexpected sliver of hope from 60 heroes. Larry's cancer was diagnosed when he had consistent back pain that would not go away. So he went to the doctor and they ran a few tests and they broke the news to him. Following the news, they ran more tests to see how extensive his cancer was. And that's when they determined he had stage 4 cancer. And they also saw that it had spread to most of his skeletal system, leaving him with very weak and brittle bones. And even though Larry and his family were going through intense medication, trying to get him better, and the cancer had receded some, he was still having major issues and was finding that his cancer was leading to more problems. Larry was a farmer and had some very strong harvest the last few years, and he was excited for his upcoming harvest because he knew it was going to be just as strong. However, the closer they got to the harvest time, Larry realized just how bad his cancer was messing with his life. His cancer had caused him to break a hip and multiple ribs. He was unable to lift more than 15 pounds. And as the harvest grew near, due to his weakened state, his family started to punch the numbers, trying to figure out how many people they would have to hire and how much more money they would lose trying to complete their harvest, on top of all of their medical bills. The dark times that Larry and his family in were only seeming to get darker. But the small town Larry lived in, he knew everybody in the 60 to 70 mile radius. He had neighbors, he had friends, they were all very close. And that's what saved Larry. See, Brian Doyle and Jim Hyder heard that their friend possibly wasn't going to be able to complete his harvest, and he was struggling to find a way to do so that he could keep providing money for his family, paying his medical bills, and keeping them on their feet. So they jumped to action, and they got a whole team together. On Sunday, July 28th, Doyle and Hyder rode out to Larry's farm of 1,200 acres of wheat field with 60 fellow family members, and neighbors, bringing along with them a total of 17 combines and 12 tractors. And Larry just woke up that morning and saw them all there. Sundays were the farmer's normal days off, and he walks out into his field to see all those people, and they get in their trucks and they work non-stop. They complete the whole harvest within 6 hours. Within 6 hours. This harvest usually would have taken Larry with 3 or 4 other team members 3 long weeks to complete. Larry could do nothing but walk around the farm and watch all the work that was happening and thank everyone who would listen to him. He got to call his wife that day and let her know, don't worry about the harvest, and got to explain to her. Larry later said to interviewers about the situation that it was magical. It was like magic that just appeared out of thin air. And while Larry is still battling with his cancer, it just proves that within the dark times we're all going through right now, there always is a sliver of hope. There's always going to be someone or something that's going to be there to remind us to keep holding on And Larry is still pushing today to beat his cancer, and he is striving so hard. But all it took was that one sliver of hope for him to know he could do this.